This video is sponsored by PotownStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCG code cards. They are compatible with TCG Live, and you can of course get everything on the website for 5% off using the coupon code ZapdosTCG. This video is also sponsored by CARDMARKET.com. This is a European platform where you're able to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. I personally use it every single day, and you can do it as well. And you can use the referral name ZapdosTCG to help support the channel. This video is also sponsored by PLAYMAT.com. This is a platform where you're able to, of course, create your own custom playmat. They have, of course, capabilities to ship worldwide, and you can get 10% off by clicking the link down below. So definitely check it out. Last but not least is Dragon Shield, the best brand to protect your beautiful cards. You can of course there's links down below for US and European people, and you can of course get your best quality sleeves available, as well as deck boxes and binders. Thanks so much for sticking around with the commercials. I hope you enjoyed today's upload. If you do, be sure to let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button, and let's get this video going. Sup YouTube, it's ZapdosTCG here, and welcome back to another TCG video on my channel. On this channel you get daily Pokemon TCG uploads, so be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Today we're going to be checking out some new cards that were revealed. The entire set list for Wild Force and Cyber Judge has been revealed, and they will be coming out in Japan very shortly. The cool thing is that we will be getting these cards in our Temporal Forces set coming out on the 22nd of March. So in about 2 months we will be having access to these cards, and it's going to be fantastic because we're going to be needing some of these for the EUIC, the European International Tournament that's going to be taking place in the beginning of April, with all these cards being legal on top of a rotation. So if you don't know what rotation is, there's going to be 4 sets rotating out. I have made videos about them. You can find more info in the description below. With that being said, I've already reviewed most of these cards. So for now, we're going to be checking out the new cards that were revealed, so you guys can get up to date. Maybe we even take a look at the cards we already seen before, because I just want to have like a little summary about the cards that are going to be super hype going into EUIC. So with that being said, there's a bulk metal slapping 230 damage. You can of course set it up with the Metang and the energy acceleration it provides, but with 5 energy attack cost, I think this is bulk. Then there's a Victini that allows you to shuffle your hand to your deck, then draw 6 cards. It's kind of be like refreshing the hand for a cardless energy, but people probably won't be using this. There is a Colossal slapping 40 damage, and this attack does 80 more damage for each fire energy attached to this Pokemon. So if you have like 2 fires on this, for some particular reason, maybe you're using Armor Rouge. I don't know if Armor Rouge can just move over to any kind of Pokemon, but you will need a lot of fire on this guy to slap a reasonable amount of damage, and it's a stage 2, so I think it actually states fire energy, so not basic fire energy. So the cool thing is, with reversal, it would count as like 240 damage. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. So which means you're gonna be able to slap a ridiculous amount of damage with the Colossal, with the means of course, a reversal energy. But you need to be behind for that to work. So in that sense, you could actually slap a reasonable amount of damage. It's a stage 2, however, so that's always a downside. There's Mudsdale, stage 1 bulk. There's Frostmoth, also bulk. Sharpedo, the artworks are looking pretty nice though. Flip 3 coins for each head, you discard a random card from your opponent's hand. So that first attack is actually really disruptive. With a double turbo energy, you can flip 3 coins for every head. You can discard a random card from the opponent's hand, leaving the opponent with maybe 0 cards in their hand to work with. So that's an interesting control kind of card, and there's a lot of disruptive control cards coming out in the Temporal Forces set. There's a Chinchino, 70 damage for each special energy attached to this Pokemon. So in sense, if you want to be pairing this up with something like a Lugia V-Star, then use the Archeops, their ability twice. 1, 2, 3, 4 special energies onto the Chinchino, and then a special energy of the turn. That's 5 special energies, and that is a ridiculous amount of damage. That's gonna be like 270 to 8. That's 350 damage. That's crazy. You can one-shot anything in the game. And even with a double turbo energy for 1 attachment, if you have like that many special energies attached, you're gonna be able to do a lot, but you probably won't use double turbo, as you're gonna be playing it with Archeops. But oh, how about it, folks? Lugia, Archeops, Chinchino, who's up for it? So you can slap a really crazy amount of damage with that. I wonder. It's a stage 1, however. So and also it's gonna be able to get knocked out by Cramran Spit. So I don't know how you go favorable into Lost Box matchups with something like that. Although you could still attack with Lugia, I suppose. Okay, there's Palafin. This Pokemon does 10 damage to itself for each damage counter already on this Pokemon. Okay, but for 1 energy, 130 damage. That is actually not bad. So a 1 price Pokemon, 150 HP, 1 energy, 130. That's crazy. And its second attack is 90 damage, flipping 2 coins. But the second attack is very bad. But for 1 energy, it's unfortunate that like you don't have to hit that much Pokemon for weakness. You might say, oh, I could use this against Entei V to hit it for weakness. But there's not a lot of decks out there that are currently having problems with a water weakness. So not even a tech card there. So these are all like pretty average cards. I think the Sharpedo for control and Chinchino for a random Rogue Lugia deck. And even then, I wonder if it's gonna be that consistent. Okay, there is a Drampa, 100 damage if each of your bench Pokemon have damage counters on them, 120 more. Every one of them needs damage counters. Well, that's kind of tricky. You could, of course, use that. Which stadium was it that gave Jabok? Yeah, helping you out with a situation like this. So you can slap 220. 3 colorless energies, though. So, and also when the set is coming out, Raihan will have been rotated. So 3 energies there could be pretty tricky. Of course, again, you can rely on reversal energy coming from behind. Unpheasant, you may put 2 energy from your opponent's active back in their hand. I think that's actually not going to be useful. And maybe you combine it with like some stadium that they need more energies to attack with and stuff. But yeah, it's a stage 2. It does require double turbo energy. So again, another control-ish card. There's Pidove. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon has 30 HP or less remaining, you may search your deck for an Unpheasant and put it on this Pokemon to evolve it. Okay. Gabe Jabok. Slapping Pidove down, instantly having access to the Unpheasant. Hey! Even including Unpheasant EX. That's actually a very good ability. You can turn yourself into an Unpheasant instantly. Now this is where things get way better, right? So this Pidove has a very powerful ability, might I add. Lickitung! Your opponent reveals their hand. Choose 2 up to 2 basic Pokemon you find and put them in onto your opponent's bench. Oh, basic Pokemon. Okay. Okay, up to 2 basic Pokemon, put them on your opponent's. This is like a help for Snorlax block. So if you, on the other hand, I would say Erika's Invitation is better, but this can grab 2 Pokemon, so you can put the opponent's bench full of like support Pokemon. Oh, Jirachi, Lugia, put them on the bench. It's gonna be fantastic. So Lickitung kind of disruptive. So more disruptive cards coming out. Drillbur. Once during your turn, you may play this card from your hand to evolve on your hand onto your bench. Okay, no, not to evolve. So when you play it from your hand onto the bench, you may search your deck for 3 basic fighting energies and discard them. Drillbur has the instant synergy with Koraidon EX. As mentioned, Koraidon EX can accelerate 2 basic fighting energies from the discard pile, but it does end your turn with a Dino Cry ability, and this can help that deck even further. So once during your turn, you have to play this card from your hand onto the bench though. So I don't know if the Tinglu deck now becomes better or Koraidon decks become more consistent, because it already happened before. We had Earthen Vessel, we have Squawkabilly. I don't know if this card actually will see play because of that. Because in my opinion, if you're playing like Koraidon and Tinglu, you're probably playing Squawkabilly and Earthen Vessel to do the exact same thing and better. Okay, there's Mr. Mime. Your opponent reveals their hand. You may choose a supporter you find there and use it as the effect of this attack. No, not what we want. The thing I would love is like to have a Smeargle, a reprint. I don't know if you remember from Undaunted. I don't know if it was the Undaunted set from her Gold Soul Silver. Anyhow, it was a Smeargle allowing you to copy paste an opponent's supporter as an ability. That means you can play 2 supporters at once. So this is not that great. Macargo, when the floor is lava. I love that ability name. The floor is lava, folks. I don't know if you know that game, but whenever your opponent moves their active Pokemon to the bench during their turn, their new active Pokemon is now burned. I don't know which kind of deck would use something like this. Maybe like an attack that says like, oh, if the opponent is burned, you're slapping a lot of damage for 1 energy, then maybe this could become playable. There's a Bramblegast. This Pokemon gets 50 HP for each prize card your opponent has taken. I think we've seen something like this familiar back in the days of Stack Attacka. So Let's say the opponent has taken 4 prize cards, you're having a 300 HP stage 1 Pokemon. Unfortunately, it's not a basic. Flip a coin for each energy attached to this Pokemon, 80 damage for each heads. Okay, you could be playing this with Cherim, but on the other hand, I think Cherim rotates. So, yeah, this is just bad. These are all bulk cards, by the way. Sawsbuck. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for 1 Stadium card, reveal it, and put it in your hand. So, Stadium Search. That's something we've been, yearning for, I suppose. We had back in the days Stadium Navigator as an item card, flipping 2 coins, getting a Stadium for every head, which was super great. This is in a Stage 1 Pokemon. I don't think that will ever see play, just to find a Stadium card. There's Bronzong, maybe when there's like A-Spec stadiums, who knows, and then maybe even then. Bronzong, during your opponent's next turn, they can't play any Pokemon from their hand to evolve their Pokemon and play. Yo, this is great. This is great. Okay, imagine you're up against a Charizard deck. You go with the Bronzong. Oh, out of nowhere, they're not able to evolve. So what I'm gonna have to do is gonna slap with the Charmanders for 30. Yeah, this is fantastic. Like, and against a lot of decks in the format right now, this is a very disruptive attack. So don't count this out. This is going to see play. Wow, imagine you're up against a Gardevoir deck, for example, and they're not able to go into refinements. Broken. This card has a ton of potential, and as mentioned, more control-y cards. There's going to be like a control box. Sander's going to be loving cards like this. Okay, Heavy Baton. We see Wishful Baton back in the days. If this Pokemon tool card is attached to your active Pokemon, and the Pokemon has a retreat cost of 4, and is knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack, move up to 3 basic energy cards from that Pokemon to your bench Pokemon in any way that you like. Yo, how about Iron Hands? Thank you very much, and we have the Heavy Baton equipped. The opponent knocks out Iron Hands, and it goes from the one Iron Hand to the other. Let's go. I don't know if there's any other like 4 retreat Pokemon in the format that could be using this, but as mentioned, also still weak to stuff like Lost Vacuum, and again, searchable with stuff like Arven. And then Salvator, where the community went crazy. Search your deck for a card that doesn't have an ability. It's great that they put that down because that was the mistake with Wally. And then evolve from, that evolves from one of your Pokemon in play and put it onto that Pokemon to evolve. Then shuffle your deck. You can use this attack, actually use this card on the Pokemon that was put into play this turn or during setup. Which means turn 1 Banette EX, for example. Turn on, unfortunately Mirage Tap has rotated, so that's not gonna be a thing, but you can instantly evolve. Are there any other Pokemon you want to be instantly evolving? Like, instant Goldango. Turn 1 Goldango, you go second, turn 1 Goldango, slap damage already. It's possible. So, not only will you have more setup because you're drawing more cards with the Goldango. So, I think this card might actually see a lot of uses here. More importantly, who will remember the days of Seismito, turn 1 item lock, or more recently, Vikavolt, turn 1 item lock? It's gonna be the same thing. So, Luminion, Salvator, evolve your Shuppet into Banette, attach Eternal Darkness, and you're item locked. Turn 1 item lock is back! Turn 1 item lock is so strong, so crazy good that this will see play, and we also will see some more damage buffing tool cards, as well as ways you can manipulate the damage with poison and a new stadium card that will everybody have in fear for a turn 1 item lock. I think Banette will really, really love this. Full Metal Lab. It's not Full Metal Alchemist, but it's a Full Metal Lab. All metal Pokemon take 30 less damage from attacks. 30 less damage. Are there any like big metal type Pokemon out there? Goldango maybe. 30 less damage. Ah, you can survive a lost impact from a Giratina. Hey, maybe you could include this, but again, Goldango probably will use you can even like slap down Pokestop to just go bigger in the game. On the other hand, Giratina decks do have Star Requiem, but if they already use Star Requiem, you can slap down Full Metal Lap in combination with a Roxanne to get them out of guard. So maybe I could see it there, I suppose. Morty's Confidence. Discard a card from your hand to use this card. Draw a card for each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. That is like, this could be a draw 5 in a lot of situations, because if we're thinking about it, currently lots of decks have a full bench. So that is going to be a really impactful. Think about Miraidon, Tandem, they have a full bench. Morty's Confidence could draw 5. That's kind of great. Like, there will be decks that love to draw 5. I'm thinking about you, Goldango, once again. So, drawing 5 on top of Coin Bonus, on top of Raiding Greninja. I guess we're getting somewhere. And with path rotating, I think Goldango's time to shine will come very soon. Okay, we have Dangerous Jungle, aka Furbank City. So, during Pokemon Checkup, put 2 damage counters on a poison Pokemon, excluding Dark-type Pokemon. Okay, they did exclude the Dark-type Pokemon, so this could be used in like the Brute Bonnet, Ancient Energy Boost Capsule to poison both actives, but you will not get the more damage from the poison. Also, Radiant Sneasler is around, so you can put it into 4 damage counters extra with poison. That means 5 damage counters between turns. Combine that with Bonnet, turn 1 item block, you're gonna get somewhere like Brute Bonnet, Ancient Energy Boost Capsule, a Bonnet, and then Dangerous Jungle, and the Radiant Sneasler, and boom! You have like 5 damage counters between turns because of poison, 30 damage because of the Eternal Darkness, that's 8 damage counters, and then going into your turn again because they're not able to play switch outs. Ho ho! Oh, this is gonna be ridiculous. Okay. Poison stuff, okay. Then the Maximum Belt, helping even further. Again, for the Bonnet. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with Bonnet currently, but this set just gives it everything it needs. Maximum Belt. You're slapping 50 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon EX. Okay, it's like Choice Belt on steroids for against Pokemon EX. 50 additional damage. Okay. Let's do the combination. So 5 between turns with the Dangerous Jungle, Brute Bonnet, Energy Boost Capsule, Shenanigans with Radiant Sneasler. That's 5. Eternal Darkness, 3. Maximum Belt, turning it into 3 more. That's like 130 item lock going into your turn. 150. Oh, actually 180. I know it's an ace pack. You can only have 1 in your deck, but still, this is gonna have to compete with Prime Catcher. It's gonna have to compete with the tool card with 100 additional HP, but some decks might benefit from 50 additional damage. There will be decks out there like, who cares about like Guzma affecting an item with Prime Catcher? I want more damage against specific matchups. Okay, there's Torterra EX. Monstrous 340 HP. This attack does 30 damage. Its first attack is where it's at, by the way. Forest March. Wants to be the Night March very badly, but it's just a Forest March. 30 damage for each of your grass Pokemon in play, including Torterra. So that could be 180 damage for 1 energy. 180 damage? That is kind of crazy. That's 360 times 2 with the weakness. You're eating up Charizards with Torterra for 1 energy. And I don't know if the Sunshine Grace, and also Turtwig has an ability, but it hasn't been shown here what the ability does. But anyhow, Torterra, I think there's also, wasn't there a Sunshine Grace Grottle out there? Let's just find it out together. Grottle, I don't even know if it's legal, but there was a Torterra deck at one point. Oh no, it was in Brilliant Stars. It will rotate. Unfortunately, it was this little fella. Or actually, is it rotating? It's an F card. I think the E cards are now rotating, right? Brilliant Stars, okay, it's Brilliant Stars. Okay, I was wrong. It was not Battle Styles. It was Brilliant Stars. That means we have a Sunshine Grace Torterra Grottle. We have Torterra. The Torterra deck will be legit, folks. You can be playing all sorts of cards with this. 100 additional HP with the tool card, ace pack card. Yeah, Torterra. It's probably going to start off as a tier 3 deck, but it will become better as time goes on and maybe even dominate the scene with 340 HP, low maintenance attacker. Sunshine Grace. I think there's going to be a deck, ladies and gentlemen, Torterra deck. That's cool. Oh yeah, there's a Vikavolt Circuit Cannon. Its second attack at 1 of 20 plus 80 more for each of your bench Charjabug. Unfortunately, Charjabug is a stage 1, and that means you will need to set all these little fellas up. This actually, the Grubbin has Flock. Search your deck for 2 Grubbin and put them on the bench, so they multiply. They're insects. You know how that goes. And yeah, if you have like 2 Charjabug on the bench, you're slapping 160. That's 280, the magical number for V-Stars. Again, stage 2s are very hard. Torterra is good because of the Sunshine Grace Grottle. There's a Scizor EX. This Pokemon takes 50 less damage from attack during your opponent's next turn. It's like, average, I suppose. You can actually get away with this by using a double turbo energy instantly on the first, actually on the second turn, but by then you probably have 2 energies already. Crossbreaker. Discard up to 2 metal energies from this Pokemon. This attack does 120 damage for each energy discarded this way. This actually is like Max Lance from an Ice Rider. Very similar. Maxes out at 240 and doesn't come with the 10 base damage, but you discard metal energies and that's about it. So Scizor, metal type Pokemon. You can of course for 1 energy discard knock out a chien-pao EX, but I don't think this actually will see a lot of play. There is a Gengar EX. I think we were at this point where we saw all these cards already, so we did review them. Be sure to check out the links in the description to learn more about these cards. I'm gonna go and detail a little bit. And Sunroar can attack for 1 card's energy less for each bench Pokemon, adding it up to 240 for 1 energy. Torterra is miles better. Rock Trio can snipe a max damage of 180 if you discard up to 3 energy from your hand with its first attack. Gengar moves an energy from your opponent's active to their bench Pokemon, so you can put energies onto support Pokemon like Lumineon, Jirachi, etc. And when the opponent attaches an energy from their hand to the Pokemon, they receive 2 damage counters. Yeah, Farigi, Giraffe, whatever, prevents all damage done to it by basic Pokemon EX. So it's a basic Pokemon EX blocker. That's kind of cool. There is a Roaring Moon, a 1-prizer, which can slap 70 damage plus 10 more for each ancient Pokemon, ancient card in your discard pile. Earthen Vessel is an ancient card, Sada is an ancient card. You see where this is going. Miraidon can set up 2 basic energies from the deck, actually, to your future Pokemon in any way that you like, which is super cool to set them up. So lots of crazy, potentially great Pokemon. Metang can accelerate energies. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck. Accelerate any basic metal energy you find to your Pokemon in any way you like. Eerie is able to discard 2 item cards from the opponent's hand, which is insane for stuff like Snorlax block to discard switch out. You can also discard rare candies and controlling decks, so that's kind of crazy. There's a hand trimmer. Both players discard cards from their hand until they have 5 cards remaining. So in specific lost box decks that could accumulate like bazillion amount of cards in hand, this will be crazy to trim them down a little bit. There's a couple of ace packs. The Drum of Awakening draws a card for every ancient Pokemon in play. The Reboot Bot allows you to, for each future Pokemon in play, to choose 1 basic energy from your discard pile and attach them to them. So energy acceleration for future Pokemon is here. There is the ace pack allowing you to get 100 additional HP. Very good against and stuff like Banette, which actually item block, which means Lost Vacuum cannot become a downside. The Dunsparce here allows you to draw 3 cards if you evolve. Actually, once during your turn, you can use the ability and then you shuffle yourself back and all cards into your deck, so you can loop the Dunsparce all day long. There is Robscott allowing you to actually prevent damage done to your bench Pokemon from your opponent's attacks. So prevent all effects and damage. So it's actually like Manaphy and Jirachi combined into 1 card. There's the Buddy Puffins, aka the Battle of VIP Pass reprint for evolution-based decks. Search your deck for 2 basic Pokemon with 70 HP or less and put them onto your bench. Very great in Charizard, very great in Gardevoir, so lots of decks. Very great in chien-pao as well. So this is going to be replacing VIP Pass in a lot of decks. Prime Catcher, the best card from the set, allowing you to have like a Guzma kind of effect. There's a Gouging Fire EX, allowing to slap 260 for 3 energies with Professor Sada and Magma Basin. You can set this up in 1 turn, although I still think that stuff like Roaring Moon is way better. Walking Away could be an additional card that you can add into a Roaring Moon deck because it deals damage and that isn't affected by your opponent's Pokemon. So you can slap to Girafarak, whatever it was, Figaro, whatever. Also slap through stuff like Mimikyu. There's Raging Bolt, allowing you to, I don't know if it's going to be any good. You may discard any number of basic energy attached to your Pokemon in play. This attack does 70 damage for each card discarded in that way. So with stuff like a little bit of Galarian Moltres shenanigans, although Galarian Moltres will have rotated, so you'll have to think about way better ways to get some energies into play. You can Sada attach of the turn, and that already slaps to 10. Is it going to be enough? Probably not. If you want to one-shot, probably Frenzied Gouging is way better. Iron Leaves is a Pokemon that is one-shotting Charizard, and also when you play this card from your hand onto your bench, you may switch it to the active position and absorb all energy, so that's kind of like the Tapu Koko GX effect. The Iron Crown EX allows you to slap 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon with all your future Pokemon, their attacks, so that's kind of crazy. And yeah, the list goes on. There's a Code Breaker solution here, allowing you to put 2 cards from your deck on the top of the deck, which is very great for cards like Radiant Greninja to draw them out instantly. So also helps out with stuff like Miraidon to put like 2 lightning energies on top, so the electric generator always hits. So yeah, lots of crazy good cards to be looking forward to. So I am very excited for the new set, the Temporal Forces. Let me know in the comments which card did you enjoy the most that you saw today, which card are you looking forward to the most. If I had to pick a card here that I reviewed today, a card that I'll be looking forward to the most is probably that supporter that allows me to test out a little bit of Banette, because although Torterra is also super cool, it has to be either one of those two cards. So let me know in the comments how you feel about it. Go check out my sponsors as well. If you want to get, of course, Dragon Shield product, you can get 5% off on everything on the website by clicking the link down below or using the coupon ZapdosTCG. So stock up on some cool sleeves. They now have the Rick and Morty exclusive sleeves on their website, so definitely check them out. There's also Potenstore.com, the best place for TCG live code cards. You can use the coupon ZapdosTCG for 5% off. There is YourPlaymat.com to create your own custom playmat. They ship worldwide, so definitely check it out. You can get 10% off by clicking the link down below. And last but not least is CARDMARKET.com to create your account so you can sell and buy cards from people all across Europe, to be honest. A fantastic platform that I personally use every single day. You can use the referral name ZapdosTCG to help support the channel. And that's it for today's upload. If you enjoyed it, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button, subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys, tomorrow probably for more Pokemon TCG content. And for everybody playing in Charlotte, good luck. It's going to be the biggest regional of all time. I'll be tuning in. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. See ya. Peace.